Good morning. If you know me well enough to know that every single morning I get up and try and put some motivation into the space or into the universe. Something positive, something uplifting. This morning I'm going to do it a little different. Instead of that long Facebook post that you really don't have time to read, or you really, don't want to read, I'm going to actually do a video. This one is about perfection. I'm going to read what I wrote, then I'm going to provide some brief commentary, okay? So this is what I wrote. Maybe you could have called me fickle 10 years ago. If you did, you probably would have been right. I was very specific in my fact finding. I'd like you until I found something unforgivable about you, a flaw. It could be something as simple as you didn't like a certain book, or it could be something as big as we didn't look at religion the same way. And then it could also definitely be something as small as you wore too much makeup, or you talked too much, or you didn't talk enough. Something that I considered a flaw for who you were. When I found something I didn't agree with, it was like a confirmation for me. You see, I was looking for perfection. I only wanted to be around people who were perfect. It gave me some comfort knowing that if I wasn't, at least somebody else was. But then I realized it was kind of a self-hate. I was hating who you were because I hated who I was. I didn't want to be the flawed LaShonda. I wanted to be the perfect LaShonda. The one that checked all the boxes and had everything that people considered perfection. Speaking well, dressing nice, being kind, always perfect in all of my sports, always perfect in everything that I did. And then I realized that it didn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. When I learned to love other people for exactly who they were, I learned to love myself. So it became, I stopped looking for perfection, and I started looking for who you were in your heart. And it made a difference in who I was and how I saw the world. Once I learned that you could not have everything that the world thought was perfect and still be perfect. And when I say perfect, I mean perfectly you. That you could be exactly who you were. Those are the people that I started to embrace. I stopped sending or putting people away based on what I viewed as a flaw. I needed people in my life that were just themselves, holistically themselves. Once I learned to accept everything about them, I accept everything about me. And I changed. Who I was 10 years ago is not who I am today. Today I look at you and I appreciate everything that it is that makes you you. And I think as people, that's what we need to start doing for one another. It took me a long time to realize and put a face on what I was doing. Now, I have people that I may break away from, but it has nothing to do with it, what I considered a flaw, a character flaw. The only people that I push away from me are those who are truly trying to cause me harm or pain. But everyone else, perfectly flawed them, perfectly flawed me, is who we are, is who God made us to be. And I love and appreciate you for who you are. And I hope you do the same for me. I hope you gained something from it. I hope it was better than those long posts that I know you don't read. And I hope it lifted your spirit and helped remind you that perfection is a word, but it's not a real thing. Okay? Have a good day. Be great on purpose.